Linda!
Who are you? Oh, did my nightmare come true? Are you to terminate me?
No. Linda Kalb. I have to tell you about the future. This is 1984, right?
Yeah, it's 1984. Oh man, ever since I read 1984 in high school, I have been fearing this year and everything in it that's implied coming to pass. Even our movies show us moving toward a more dystopian world where our personal choice means nothing. Like Nightmare on Elm Street, where our dreams can be invaded by Freddy Krueger who wants to kill us with his razor-sharp claws. Or Terminator, where the robots take over. And even if you're born before the robots take over, you're not safe because they can come back in time and kill you. And they look human. My mom says things were better when she was young, not like this.
I'm sure a lot of angry old probably parents say that. But seriously, Linda, are you afraid of forgetting the past? Being haunted by our own thoughts while our own nation's history gets erased from existence? I also fear that. Everybody fears that.
Yeah, we get very worried about our nation. I mean, Ronald Reagan was just reelected. So if you're from the future, how did you get beyond 1984? How did you make it in 1985? How far in the future are you from?
1991.
1991. Who's president in 1991?
Bill Clinton. He is a Democrat of whom you haven't heard yet.
And,
He's the governor. Right now, he's the governor of Arkansas.
Arkansas. Nice human hands. Why don't you come in and tell me more about the future?
Sure. That was a good plan, Linda. Thank you for letting me inside.
Oh, so tell me, Mr.
Clark Nash. I've traveled back in time 7 years to the day from November 12th, 1981, and I can verify that we have no World War III or authoritarian Big Brother is watching you take over in 1991.
Oh, so good to hear. Thank you.
You may like how things turn around for Sarah Connor in the next Terminator movie or The Final Nightmare from 1991, but I'm here to tell you about a lighter movie with time travel from 1985 titled Back to the Future, which is in production right now as we speak.
Oh, wow. I love time travel.
It'll be the highest grossing film of all year in 1985, but you never watched it with any of your friends.
Well, how would you know? And why do you think I would like it where my friends might not? Can I get some tea?
Sure.
I'm listening.
I think you would like Back to the Future because it has a terrific story about a kid who goes back in time from the 1980s to the 1950s and tries to give his parents a better life once he befriends them in high school.
Mm-hmm.
I think viewers of all present and future generations can relate to a story where they learn how different life was for their parents and grandparents growing up in the Great Depression, like in Palmerstown, USA.
Oh.
I actually have a more important reason to come back here to warn you about the future.
Oh no! Do I need to do something before we see Back to the Future? Do we need to save the world? Do we need to save the future?
We don't need to save the world, but we do need to save the future. Linda, listen. 4 days from now, on the premiere day of The Nightmare on Elm Street, the film reel at your local movie theater that was showing that movie malfunctioned and caught on fire. You learned so much about film reels and television machine maintenance in school. You felt very guilty about not being there to put out the fire yourself. So, most of them got out alive, but the real nightmare is that you were too afraid to go to the movie theaters again after a quarter of the people in that theater were burned alive like Freddy Krueger.
Burned alive? Oh no. We must do something. How do we get in there?
I have some emergency 1984 money that can buy movie theater uniforms for us. Then we can go undercover and as movie theater employees, and you can do your stuff to fix the film reel before it catches on fire.
I am in. Oh yeah.
And if all else fails, I'll try to sneak in a fire extinguisher that can put out fires caused by film reel projectors.
Oh good. Yeah, we gotta keep those poor people from becoming like Freddy Krueger. Oh my gosh. And then once we do that, you can go back to the future, and I'll see you in 7 years, or at least I'll see the movies in 7 years, and I'll find out if Sarah Connor and her son John Connor can stop Skynet in Terminator 2 or 3 or however many movies they have by then.
Okay. Well, you also look forward to seeing how A Nightmare on Elm Street's future lineup of sequels ends with the final nightmare in the same year.
Oh, absolutely. And once we finish this mission, I'll see you in 7 years on whatever the date that those two movies are premiering. Even if it's before you come back to see me on November 12th.
Thanks, Linda. You're such a good friend.
Oh, thank you, Clark, for coming back in time to see me.
I look forward or backward to seeing you again on whichever dates those movies premiere in 1991. Terminator 2, Judgment Day, and the last Nightmare on Elm Street movie, The Final Nightmare.
It's a date.
Sixth and final. Finn. Cut.
Okay, decide which one to use,
That's a
right?
final take.
Okay.